I'm Brianstormed, and this is NHL 19 because it's all big and takes up most of the screen. Actually, this is just a website. This picture is probably the only thing that's actually in the game. In this video, we're gonna go over the new patch that came out Friday morning, December 7th at 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a pretty short patch, but if you're wondering what it did, well, you've come to the right place. It broke the game. A lot of people couldn't get into Hockey Ultimate Team. They couldn't access collections. A lot of people were losing connection to the game, and they were getting losses for it. It was a great time. It was a great time. It was the apocalypse, pretty much. But a lot of those issues were fixed rather quickly, but they're still looking into some things. Hopefully it goes back to what it was. Anyway, the update, the patch itself. Starting with Hockey Ultimate Team, they made autofill a lot more effective. It's giving you a lot more options, a lot more variety on how you want to autofill your lines. That was a nice feature kind of early in the year when you were just given a whole bunch of cards. You opened up like all the different packs that you got, and you can just autofill and see what kind of team the game came up with for you. Except then you start getting a lot of loan cards, and you didn't really want to use those loan cards because you wanted to save them for either like competitive season stuff, like 100 gameplay. Okay, maybe not a lot of people were doing that, but maybe to win that division title or play the AI on Superstar. So now you have more options. You can autofill them by synergy if you want to get a synergy activated, card face stat. If you want all your people to have really good handling, you can do that. Player attribute, looks like you can sort it by one particular attribute such as offensive awareness. And then you can let the game autofill your full team like it already was, or just the empty positions. You can take out people and let the game put in people for you. They made it so that you can exclude the loan cards or exclude injured players or players with expired contracts, which I don't think is as big of a deal anymore. Everyone has a bajillion injury cards. And then with contracts, maybe the free-to-play player base might be getting screwed on that. So it could be useful for that group of people. Auction House gets some updates. They made it so you can search by right and left-handedness, which is a big deal if you're trying to add someone to your team that shoots left or shoots right. Well, now you can actually go into the auction house for that. You didn't have to use a third party like HutDB, which you should use anyway because it's a great website. Collection now displays completion stats for each team. You know, if you want to turn all those in for like a bunch of gold packs like in previous games for completing the collection. Oh, no, wait, that's not what that's for. Because why would you want to put in, like, 5 different Team of the Week, like Bergerons, for instance, just to complete a collection? Collection's gonna get bigger. So while you may have had hope that they'll bring that system back, I just crushed it. Improved navigation in Auction House when scrolling through pages, making it a little bit more efficient. And then a bunch of display issues with the score clock and the in-game card overlay, like when you score a goal, covering the edit lines. World of Chell has a bunch of fixes. We got mascots kind of being fixed. We've got mascots showing up in gameplay in EASHL, viewing the roster of another club, and private matchmaking home-away preferences. World of Chell, however, gets some new content where you get to play alongside the Finnish JVG rappers. Yup, that's right. You get to play with them, something that everyone who has ever purchased NHL 19 wanted to do. Oh, and their jerseys are going to be a part of the rewards for completing that chapter. They had a bunch of alternate Winter Classic jerseys here or there. Gameplay. They nerfed the backhand, so it's not as effective anymore, not as much power. They made it so that you'll be shooting less from the forehand when on your backhand. And then hopefully the goalie is not going to be a complete dunce when the puck is on the goal line. In franchise mode, they added a scouting budget remaining when offering a scout a contract. Haven't played franchise mode this year. I don't know what that means. Hopefully that's a good thing. CPU teams are not going to be screwing you over as much because they're going to be more willing to accept trades with rental players that have 1 year left on their contract. and then increase the number of players that are interested in a contract extension during the season. I'm guessing that means if everyone's contracts are expiring, you can't give a contract to each of them, at least before this patch. Tournaments, they added the 2018 Spengler Cup tournament to the game, which I swear I've seen like in previous years. But I guess that's why it's also the 2018 version. They improved some presentation, adding a banner, a lot more jerseys if any of those interest you. And yeah, that is going to be the end of that patch. We get to see some feedback from the players here, and it's not looking good. People are wondering where a lot of the fixes are going to be to the actual game, primarily in EA Sports Hockey League, where a lot of people still can't really get into a game of that, where other players are just complaining just to complain. But it seemed like a pretty small patch. Hopefully it's not the last one, because around this time of the year, they're focusing on NHL 20. And there's still a lot that needs help in this game. Hopefully they get to fixing some of that stuff. Let me know what you guys think about the current state of NHL 19. And what do you think is going to happen in the next few months? Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.